So today I am in this chapter of uh, the power of awareness, and this is the chapter name is creation. Okay, creation. I am God, declaring from the end, from the beginning, and from ancient times things that are not yet done. I am God. So this particular para is given by Jesus, wherein he's saying that he's declaring from the end, from the beginning, and from ancient times things that are not yet done. So, if you have ever come across certain things like, when you were a child, you used to say that, I'll become a doctor, or I'll become an engineer, or I'll become this and that, and you became that after a certain point of time, which means that creation is not something which is in the future. Creation is something which is already done, so you do not have to do something to get it done. It's like if you love someone, in some or the other way, that is going to come out in the form of an action. So it doesn't need to be, like, you do not need to do something to make someone fall in love. It just happens on its own. Okay. Okay, so one more thing which I wanted to say. So there's a post, like I posted in one of my shorts actually, in YouTube, and there was this person who, and I had reposted someone's video, and somebody just went out there and commented something like, you are a very you are a very nice, you're a very good mother and baker. And I clarified it by saying that I am not this person who you're thinking me to be. I just reposted this person's content because I liked it so much that I wanted this in my life. That's what I wanted to say. But I saw that someone liked it, and there can be no other person in this world who will read those comments except my SP. So I know that he follows me in this account. I knew this for a long time, but I didn't acknowledge it because I wanted him to be there. So, and I didn't know, like, if I acknowledge that he's there and I know it, I don't know what his reaction would be. So I wanted him to interact. I wanted him to be close to me. So that's why I really don't know how he came across this channel. So that's something like, that's a mystery. I would ask when we are together, like in the 3D as well. Like, I mean, we talk, but it's like an indirect talk. Like, I know that it's him, and he likes to talk to me. So basically, leave all these kinds of things. We talk. So that's a good thing. That's a movement, positive movement, and that's something good. Okay. Now, in other words, all that you ever have been or ever will be, in fact, all that mankind ever was or ever will be, exist now. So I still want to clarify that we talk. It's not about direct, indirect. He knows that I know it's him, and I know that it's him. So we talk. So because the more labels you put, which is into the opposite direction, the more your thoughts will go like, okay, but I don't have this and that. So you need to be really satisfied with the place where you are, knowing that this is the process wherein it will lead to my final manifestation. Okay. So in other words, all that you ever have been or ever will be, in fact, all that mankind ever was or ever will be, exist now. This is what is meant by creation. And the statement that creation is finished means nothing is ever to be created. It is only to be manifested. What is called creativeness is only becoming aware of what already is. You simply become aware of increasing portions of which already exist. The fact that you can never be anything that you are not already, or experience anything not already existing, explains the experience of having an acute feeling of being heard before what is being said, or having met before the person being met for the first time, or having seen before a place or things being seen for the first time. It's just like, sometimes you want to go to some place, okay, and before you even go to this place, you somewhere know that, I am going to go to this place, I am going to visit this thing or the other, because it's your dream place, right? So it is going to happen, you know that. So that is what is meant. Like, so when you are creating something, you don't have to do something to make it happen. The creation is already finished. It's just like it's unfolding in the real life. Okay. Now next, the whole of creation exists in you, and it is your destiny to become increasingly aware of its infinite wonders and to experience ever greater and grander portions of it. If creation is finished and all events are taking place now, the question that springs naturally to the mind is what determines your time track? This is what determines the events which we encounter. And the answer is your concept of yourself. Concepts determine the route that attention follows. Here is a good test to prove this fact. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. You will observe, you have to first, what it says is concepts determine the route that attention follows. Here is a good test to prove this fact. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. So what is your wish fulfilled? Suppose your wish fulfilled is to go to Switzerland with your SP. So that's your dream, that's your final destination. Observe the route that your attention follows. So what you will be doing is you will be closing your eyes, you will be imagining things, right? Now, you will observe that as long as you remain faithful to your assumption, so long will your attention be confronted with images clearly related to that assumption. So the more you think about what you want, it comes more into you. It is drawn to you. Those experiences are drawn to you. The more you focus on what you do not want, your experiences would be vitiated. Okay. Now, for example, if you assume that if you have a wonderful business, you will notice how in your imagination your attention is focused on incident after incident relating to that assumption. Friends congratulate you, tells you how lucky you are, others are envious and critical. From there, your attention goes to larger business, bigger bank balance, and many other similarly related events. So persistence in this assumption will result in actually experiencing in fact that which you assume. So the same is true regarding your concept. If your concept of yourself is that you are a failure, you would encounter that in your imagination a whole series of incidents in conformance to that concept. Thus, it is clearly seen how you, by your concept of yourself, determine your present. That is that particular portion of creation which you now experience. In your future, there is a particular portion of creation which you will experience. Now the 11th. I'll go to this next chapter, which is about interference. You are free to choose the concept you will accept of yourself. And if you don't know, guys, I'm reading from the book of The Power of Awareness. Okay. So and this is also of Neville Goddard. Okay. So you are free to choose the concept you will accept of yourself. Therefore, you possess the power of intervention, the power which enables you to alter the concept of your future. The process of rising from your present concept to a higher concept of yourself is the means of all true progress. So suppose I am married to my SP and I want a child. So what will I be imagining? I will be imagining that something is growing inside of me. I will be imagining that I am sleeping with my child is sleeping in my chest. So that's what I will be imagining, right? So I might be just a wife at that point of time. I want to be a mother as well. So what will I be imagining? A higher concept of me wherein I'm a wife and a mother and a daughter-in-law as well, right? So that's what it's trying to say. So the higher concept is waiting for you to incarnate it in the world of experience. Now on to him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above is that we ask or think according to the power that worketh in us, and to him to be glory. So this is a verse in Bible which says that it's not us which are doing those things. We are just putting the intention, we are thinking ourselves to be that higher part of us which wherein we want to be that, right? So we are embodying that thing. But what I mean to say is, what it says is here, now unto him that is to be able to exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask. Means you are asking a higher power to do what you, in your human limitations, cannot do at this point of time, right? So in your control, what it is, in your control, it is only to have the intention, embody the intention, and imagine as if like it's already done. Okay. So according to the power that worketh in us, him that is able to do more than you ask or think is your imagination, and the power that worketh in us is our attention. So here Mr. Neville says that imagination does what we cannot do, and that's true because your imagination shapes your reality, right? But there's also I am a very religious kind of person, and I'm not like this is you are a Hindu, you are a Christian, or you are a Muslim. I do not say all those kinds of things. the main point of religion, I feel, is that there's a higher God who is above us, and he's looking after us. He cares for us. He gives us peace. So what I'm trying to say is that, you know, he is the one who is doing all this for us. He has given us this desire, he has given us this dream, because he wants us to have that life. So what I am trying to say is that you need to rely on that higher power. Okay, now understanding imagination to be him that is able to do is all that you ask, and attention to be the power by which you create your world, can now build your ideal world. Imagine yourself to be the ideal you dream of and desire. Remain attentive to this imagined state, and as fast as you completely feel that you already this ideal, it will manifest itself as reality in your world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew not him. So this is the John. Saint John is talking about Jesus here. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. The mystery hid from ages. Christ is in you, the hope of glory. Okay? The he is the first of these quotations is your imagination. As previously explained, there is also one substance. The substance is consciousness. So actually, many people say that, you know, that he that I am is you. Obviously, it's you, because you are a part of God. So you and God are the same, same element. But what I mean to say is that we have a higher consciousness. How are we able to go from that 3D plane to a different plane, wherein we already have what we want? Because there is a higher consciousness residing in us, which will. So have you ever felt this way, like, when you're going outside or you're doing something, that certain realization comes to you that, this is right or this is wrong, don't go here, don't go there. And most of the time, like, not most of the time, always it's your heart which tells you which is the right thing to do. And you later on come to know, if you didn't hear what your heart said to do, you will later on realize, I should have heard what my heart said, because it's never wrong. And to be honest, I have actually tried and tested this, and it's true for sure, for anything. Like, I'm not just talking about SP or anything, but I'm talking about even career choices, or maybe, you're trying to decide a vacation spot, and somehow you do not go with the flow of your heart, and you say something else. So at that point of time, like, if you make that booking, you see somehow that would get cancelled, and somehow you will again rebook those tickets to that desired place where you actually wanted to go. So you should always listen to your heart, because this is a true thing. The heart never lies. Okay. Now, it is your imagination which forms the substance, the concepts, which concepts are then manifested as conditions, circumstances, and physical objects. This imagination is made from your world. The mystery Christ in you is referred in the second quotation in your imagination, by which your world is molded. The hope of glory is your awareness of the ability to rise perpetually to higher levels. Christ is not to be found in history nor in external forms. You find Christ only when you become aware of the fact that your imagination is the only redemptive power. When this is discovered, the towers of dogma will have heard the trumpets of truth, and like the walls of Jericho crumble to dust. So basically, what it means to say that walls of Jericho crumble to dust in this here, it means that, all your limiting thoughts are lying to you. Everything is possible, everything is happening at this point of time. Creation is already finished. You do not have to prove your worth to get something you love. You already are worthy. So this is what the truth is. When we don't try to acknowledge this fact, when we don't agree to this, that's where it creates the problems. Okay. So thank you guys.